Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine, and welcome back if this is your second or third or however many times you've clicked on my channel. Hello. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul. The first book haul of 2021. These are all the books that I bought, books that were given to me, and books that I lost. We'll get to that hill when we get there. So let's just get into all the books. All right, so the first two books that I have here are books that were sent to me by Princess, my best friend, over at Castle Library. Check her channel out. She's always linked down in the description, even if I don't talk about her. But yeah, she sent me these two books, and that is The Bear and the Nightingale and The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. No idea what they're about. I just know that they're about something. Winter lasts most of the year, of the edge of Russia, of the Russian wilderness. And in the long nights, I don't know how to say that girl's name, and her siblings love to gather by the fire to listen to their nurse's fairy tales. All above, Vestia loves the story of the frost, the blue-eyed winter demon. Oh, I think this is a retelling of Snow Frost, Jack Frost. I think it's a retelling. I think they're all retellings, but I think this one's a retelling of Jack Frost. Don't quote me. All right, and the next book that Princess sent me is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. Again, I just heard fabulous things about this, and there's dragons. What more do you need to know about it? That's it. That's the tweet. All right, next is a book that I purchased. It's actually a graphic novel, and it's Angolan Jenga, Kingdoms of Runaway Slaves by Marcelo Desolate. I think I'm saying that right. I'm bad with pronunciations. But this is actually a recapture of founded in the late 16th century Brazil, Angolan Jenga was a beacon of freedom. For over 100 years, this community of runaway slaves thrived in fierce opposition to the Dutch and Portuguese colonial powers. In this stunning follow-up to his critically acclaimed graphic novel debut, Run For It, Desolate brings the history of this precarious kingdom to life, the painful stories of refugees, the brutal raids by colonial forces, and the tense power struggles among its inhabitants. It's a graphic novel. It's a graphic novel by a Black author, and y'all know how I feel about Black authors. All right, the next book that I picked up is A Memory of a Light by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson. This is actually the last and 14th final book in the Wheel of Time series. If you haven't been following my book hauls, I have been actually trying to collect all of the Wheel of Time books in hardcover. And every time I go to this bookstore, okay, not every time, but majority of every time I go there, they always have one of the books that I need. So now I believe I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9 of 14. So I'm almost there. Again, I'm still trying to find the beginnings. So like 1 through 5 or whatever. So if you find them for a low cost that isn't $35, let a girl know. All right, the next book I bought is Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I've already read this, actually. I read it in December, so check out my December wrap-up. It's probably not out yet. I don't know. I don't know when it's going to drop. But anyways, yes, I read this book. This is a retelling, inspired by King Arthur. Words. And it's following this girl who goes to a school in North Carolina. I believe it's North Carolina. She ends up going to this school, and there's this secret society who is following the story of King Arthur. And then there's also another secret-ish following that is dealing with root magic and is combining into two. Fabulous. Check this book out. All right, the next book is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. I obviously had to pick this up because Angie Thomas is an auto buy. If you haven't read The Hate U Give, read it. You want to read it. This is a prequel to The Hate U Give. This is actually dealing with her father, Maverick Carter. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. It's all I need to know. Read The Hate U Give. And On the Come Up. That's it. And first of all, that cover. Can we talk about the cover really quickly? When have you ever seen an illustrated YA edition of a black man in a do-rag? I fucking love it. Oh, we're matching. Oh, we're fucking matching. Somebody clip it. Somebody clip it so I can take a picture. Hello. All right. The next and only graphic novel that I picked up, who am I, is A Deadly Class. And this is by Remedier, Craig, and Lodridge. Sure. This is the first book or graphic novel in the Deadly Class. I've been wanting to get into it, but I was like, spending $10 every graphic novel? I'm going to wait until somebody gets rid of it. And they did. I only paid $4 for this. So I have no idea what it's about. Change your world with a bullet. In 1987, it's 1987 and homeless teenager Marcus Lopez Arguello has no reason to keep living until one fateful evening he is approached by a mysterious girl who invites him to join King's Dominion altar of the deadly arts. A brutal clandestine? Sure. High school where the world's top crime families send the next generation of assassins to be trained. Murder is an art, killing is a craft, and a dagger in your back is no metaphor. And I just got to edit all that out. It's fine. All right, the next book is, I can't even say book right. What are words? I don't have them. Somebody give me a dictionary. Shit. All right, the next book is Romanovic by Nadine Brandes. And funny story about this book, at least from the bookstore that I bought it from. I got this book for $6. It was $5.99. Normally, when a book is signed, it's $20 at this specific bookstore that I go to. I wasn't going to tell them. It's a used bookstore. A franchise used bookstore at that. So, yeah. So I picked this up. And as far as I know from it, I believe this is supposed to be like an Anastasia, however you say it in your tongue. I don't know. Yeah. That's all I know. I think that's right. I'm probably wrong, but it is what it is. All right, the next book is Innocent Traitor, a novel of Lady Jane Grey by Alison Weir. Names are not my thing. Anyways, I picked this book up because Princess recommended this to me. She recommended this to me because I am reading My Plain Jane and My Lady Jane, and I have no idea about King Henry's wives. So she was like, well, if you want to know about her, this is a really good book that you should pick up. So I picked it up. And I'm going to find out about Lady Jane Grey. Lady Jane Grey. My books are piling up. All right, the next book is Outpost by W. Michael Gear. Okay, so what I've gathered from the synopsis of this book is it's actually following a group of people. Related, unrelated, I'm not sure. But they are actually in the solar system, and there is this colony or this planet called Donovan. And on Donovan, comes great power, wealth, the whole nine, right? When we're talking about taking over a new land or whatever. So it's following a group of different people that all have some scope or means that has to do with this colony on this planet. People die. Things are happening. People come in power. I don't know. I seen it at the dollar store and I seen the cover and I was like, ooh, kind of creepy. So I picked it up. All right, the next book that I grabbed is Geo by Junji Ito, and this is the Death Stench Creeps bind up. I picked this up because when I was shopping on Amazon, I actually wasn't shopping on Amazon. This is on my wish list on Amazon. Well, Amazon sent me a link saying, hey, this book is discounted, and it was like $13. And normally this is I want to say that it's a $30 graphic novel. I lied, it's $23. It's a $23 graphic novel, and I love saving money. So when they sent me the email, I was like, you're right, I'm gonna buy it. I don't have words, but so I picked this up. This is in his like series of the floating smell of death hangs over the island. What is it? A strange legged fish appears on the scene. So begins Tagashi and Kario's spiral into the horror and stench of the sea. Here is the creepiest masterpiece of horror manga ever from the creator of Uzumaki, Junji Ito. Hold your breath until it's all revealed. If you don't know about Junji Ito and you're talking about manga, horror manga, you need to get on the train because he's literally a mastermind. And that's it. That's all I have to say. All right, the next book I picked up was Definitions of Indefinable Things by Whitney Taylor. I also got this book at the dollar store, and I picked it up because I seen the cover and I was like, ooh, that's kind of cute. Okay, hold on. But this is why I picked it up. Reggie isn't really a romantic. She's been hurt by the world too often and doesn't let people in as a rule. Plus, when you're dealing with the 3 stages of depression, it can be pretty much impossible to feel warm and fuzzy. On a CVS run to pick up her Zoloft drugs, Reggie meets Snake, who makes warm and fuzzy seem overrated. Snake has a neck tattoo, a Twizzler habit, and a fair share of arrogance, but he's funny, charming. I said of arrogance, but he's funny, charming, and interested in Reggie. Snake also has a 7-month pregnant ex-girlfriend. Ooh, Carla. Good thing Reggie isn't a romantic. And we can see where it's going to go from there. Right? Right. All right, next, finally, after months and months and months and months of trying to find this damn book in paperback, my used bookstore had it. That's Only Human by Sullivan Newell. This is the 3rd book in the Themis Files. I've actually already read the entire series. Love the series. If you like science fiction and case files, aliens, read this book. Not this one first. Read Sleeping Giants. That's what Sleeping Giants is about. The audiobook is fabulous. Fabulous. Listen to the audiobook. It's amazing. They have different casts. It's a full cast. So listen to the audiobook. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay. All right. I've already read this. You guys know I've already read it. It's Beloved by Toni Morrison. I seen it and I was like, I want to reread it and actually read it because I listened to it last time, but now I actually want to read it with my eyeballs. And maybe I will understand more about this book. If not, that's cool. But yeah, so I picked this up and like, look at the cover. Can you see it? All right, and the last book that I bought is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I picked this up for obvious reasons. If you didn't notice, I'm collecting Toni Morrison. Even if I'm not necessarily loving her work, I still want to read all of her works. This is also her first novel, and it's pretty much a story about a young Black girl who is pretty much mocked for her dark skin, curly hair, and brown eyes, and she yearns to be the blonde hair, blue-eyed girl, you know, and stuff like that. And it's just a story about her dealing with adversity and people's obsession with beauty conformity and things like that. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. I'm going to read it. It's Toni Morrison. All right. Those are all the books that I bought this year. Oh, wait. That's not true. That's not true. Story time. So, a while ago, i.e. back in like November, there was a book that was on sale for $15. It was an adult fantasy book. So, I saved some money buying it for $15. It got delivered to me. I had it in my house. And since then, I have lost this book. And that is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I have searched every nook and cranny of my house. I have no idea where this book is. I have actually lost this book. I'm assuming that I accidentally threw it away when I went to take my trash out. I did buy this during Christmas time, so I let my recycling kind of build up because, I gotta walk all the way to my dumpster. And I think that when I was taking my trash out, it probably fell in my recycling, and I didn't think anything about the weight difference because, I'm taking a ton of trash out. Because that's the only logical thing that I can think of. I remember having it in my kitchen, and now I have no idea where it's at. And I literally looked in my entire house. It's not here. So, yeah. But I did indeed buy Black Sun. So, yeah. That's it. All right. That's this video. Well, again, that is all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the books that I talked about. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine that you didn't come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.